Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle all the way. How much fun it is to ride on a financial homie sleigh. Hey, brought to you another Financial Friday by the Financial Homie. And I want to say happy Friday to you guys. Thank God it's Friday. Thank God that we get to see another day. Thank God we get to talk about another financial topic on this day. How do you get ahead financially? How do you become financially responsible? How do you make it through financial rainy days like today, boy? Well, I'm about to tell you, dog. The journey of that I took to get to where I am today, and I ain't really that far from where I was, but I am further than where I was. You get what I'm saying? So, how do we get ahead financially? How do we become financially responsible? It's not just with your credit, but it can start there. Man, it started with your mind, dog. What are you feeding this thing? You know what I'm saying? I put an IG video out there talking about the law of input. So I asked you this. What are you feeding yourself, man? In 2010, I was introduced to Rich Dad, Poor Dad. That's when I picked up that book. That's when I started reading that book. That's when I started digging deep on financial literacy and understand that financial education is the source to make more cheddar, to make more bread, to make more moolah, dinero, whatever you want to call it, baby. All about the Benjamins, man. You get me? Just like Smokey said. Smokey ain't said that. I just want to throw y'all off for a minute. The reason I started the series Financially Fit Fridays and talking about credit was because that's the thing that stimulated me. Basically, I'm saying you need a financial stimuli. And I ain't talking about no damn stimulus check. I'm talking about a financial stimuli. The thing that motivates you to get your ass up, take your ass to work, and do what you got to do what you got to do. Like, for real. Like, to take advantage, but not to be taken advantage of. My financial stimuli was about 2 years ago, really like a year and a half ago. I was down and out, didn't have a job, got fired twice in 1 year. And I was just sitting there. And someone said, Eric, go look at your car note. See how much you owe them folks. Man, I looked at that car note, man, like for real, on Credit Karma. It said my payout was about $7,000. I was like, hold on, I borrowed $10,000. I borrowed 10. I've been paying this car note for like 2 years now. You tell me I only paid $3,000? $3? So I was like, hold up. So then I go to the actual, the people I got the money from. I was lending the money from and stuff. And I saw on their statement that was true. Then I looked at that interest rate. It said 19. I said, boy, you gotta be kidding me. So you know what happened on that day, right? For real. On that very day, I told myself I'm about to aggressively pay you off. Because there's no way. In 5 years, I done paid about $20,000 on a car. That's a 07, man. And then we look in 2020, that's 13 years old, boy. It's no way. That's a brand new car in most cases. Man, in a lot of cases, that's a brand new car. So I told myself, we about to pay you off. We about to get rid of you. We about to eliminate you. And while we doing it, so this is how it went. I get me a job 8 months after not having a job. You know what I'm saying? I had little side hustles and this, that, and the third. Was working with a little moving company, and I started doing my own moving gig on the side and all that, you know what I'm saying? But this is what I realized. When I got aggressive with that note, and I started paying over that little $270 a month, like a little bit over. At first, it was like $20 over, $30 over. Man, then I started throwing $400 on that thing, man. I was just like, hey, we getting rid of you. And you know what's crazy? Crazy story at all. August 21st of this year, I lost my car, right? They told me my payout was like $3,300. That was left for the insurance company basically pay that car. The crazy thing about it was I only got a $300 difference of a check on that. So let me tell you this. The insurance company valued that car for $3,600. My lending company had $3,300 left that I owed on that car. And the crazy part about it all was, had I never got aggressive with that car note, I would have been upside down and then GAT would have had to been activated. Why do you want to be upside down on something that's 13 years old? I asked myself. Then the next thing came about. I realized every time I was in a sticky situation and I needed some kind of money, I could never go pull a personal loan. Never. You know why? My credit score was so low. It was like, hello, I got it, but hello. You know what I'm saying? but it wasn't a song, dog, and it wasn't a joke. It was for real. My credit score was so low, I couldn't do nothing. So then I realized when you ain't got no money and you ain't got no credit, or bad credit, I shall say, you always stuck in a financial gimmick or whatever. Like, you're always just stuck. And you're always looking for somebody to bail you out. And then, like, in a situation like the government come and bail out companies and this, that, and the third, and present us with stimulus checks and tell us that everything gonna be all right. But all in all, like, a little $1,200 stimulus check ain't gonna do nothing for nobody, and then another $600 ain't gonna do nothing for nobody, but financial education is what solves it all. So you ask yourself this one question: where do oranges come from? Oranges come from an orange tree. So then I pose this question to you: where do money come from? If oranges come from an orange tree, and a man came to you today and said, hey, I need some oranges, he from out the country, and you stay in Florida, you know what oranges are. You can go pick them all day in the orange groves. But are you going to be the person that pick oranges? Or are you going to be the person that produce oranges? That's what I'm here to ask you. And let's go back to that question of, how do you make money? How do you generate money? How do you create a surplus to get out that deficit? You know what I'm saying? To be able to take care of that debt that you got that you haven't paid, that might be sitting in collections, or the things that you want to speed up to pay off. Let's call it velocity banking. How do you do it? You get your financial education up. And that's why I started Financially Fit Fridays, because I was working on my financial education. I was building it. I was getting it up. But then I realized me presenting the information is part of my calling. So that's why I'm doing it, baby. I'm giving y'all what it is so we can flourish. Like, think about this for a second. A lot of us complain about our finances, about how we ain't got no money, but then we spend money on all these doodads, aka liabilities. You know what I'm saying? That's what Rich Dad called them. He called them doodads. But they're just liabilities. The things that take money out your pocket constantly, over and over and over and over. Most times they come in the form of a bill. This is about investing in your financial education. The same way a lot of us invest in our formal post-secondary education to go get a degree. Like, you don't make money by sitting there. It's not making money. It's about creating a surplus. The surplus comes from literally what you know. Like, for real. The game of have and have nots has come down to one thing: who has information and using it, and who don't have information. Simple as that. Because the man that have information and don't use it, he's just as worse off as the person that don't have no information at all. That's impoverished. So I'm saying this: how do you get ahead on financial rainy days? Well, they start on financial sunny days. You don't wait till it get rainy. You got to be proactive. You got to start investing in your education. You got to start investing in your mind. You got to start feeding it. If you don't feed it, your mind won't have nothing to pull on in that time when you need something. Like my spiritual people out here, for example. If you read the Bible, as much as you can read the Bible, at least once a day, when you get in times of trouble, you know what your spirit calls on? It calls on that scripture. You know what I'm saying? It's simple as that. It's the same thing with financial education. That's what your mind pulls on. Your mind is going to pull on what you know. Hey, that business idea. Whoa. And then you be like, oh. Or be like, real estate. Or be like, cryptocurrency. Or assets. Invest. Invest first so you can consume later. That's the whole point, to increase your financial IQ. That's the whole point. So I asked you, where does money come from? A lot of people would say hard work. A lot of people would say going to my job. That's not where money comes from. Money comes from how much financial education you have, and are you putting it to use? Knowledge plus understanding eventually equals wisdom. And that's some real stuff right there. So one way you can get your financial game up, keep coming to the financial homie. I'm going to give you game, because I'm studying. I'm learning. I'm trying to get these skills together. Because honestly, I'm not going to let this pandemic take me out. It ain't going to happen. We are champions. We are meant to flourish. We're meant to be great. We are here to sustain the earth. So as long as I'm here, I'm going to sustain it. I'm going to give y'all great information. Hey, so let's keep pushing this movement. Financially Fit Fridays, brought to you by the Financial Homie. Like I said, what does it take to get ahead financially? It starts with your education first. You got to move that mind. You got to move it out from where we were. I know we look at things and we like, man, I ain't paying that. I ain't doing that. That can go straight to collections. It's cool. I used to think like that. That's not cool, though. To think that it is okay for a bill to go to collections for you to later have to pay it, that is the worst thing I've ever heard in my life. Bro, you literally just told them, F them, read between the lines, and then go from there. No, it ain't gonna hurt nobody but you at the end of the day. So that's why I'm here to encourage you. Pay that bill, pay it forward, double up, get ahead of it, man. Don't slow down, keep it going. Pay it off as soon as you can so that we can get out here and really make some money so we can keep buying these assets. Until next time, checking out. It's your boy, the Financial Homie. Cha-ching!